Hey, so just 1 second before the video starts, YouTube now cares a lot about something called viewer satisfaction, which means likes and comments and that kind of thing. So apparently I'm supposed to ask you to leave a like on the video and comment something vaguely related to the topic because it'll help me out, I guess. So please do that. Okay, bye. If I had to sum up what most Netflix properties are, they're really just like really pretty nothings for the most part. There are some good ones every now and then, but like 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be something where like 95% of the appeal is the sets and the costumes and stuff. But then when it comes to actually writing and making the movie, it's kind of like, I don't know, just put a bunch of music montages in there. No one's gonna notice. The most recent example of this is the new Netflix movie, The School for Good and Evil. Let's take a walk and I'll show you what I mean. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by 2 Dots. 2 Dots is a minimalist, cozy, free-to-download puzzle game on iOS and Android. The gameplay is deceptively simple, and by that I mean like what you're doing is just like connecting dots in every level. Now that might sound kind of whatever, but the way they use this dot connecting mechanic gets really interesting and pretty hard as you go on. But the thing that really sells this game is the atmosphere and art design, okay? Because like I said, it has this really relaxing, cozy kind of vibe going on. So it's the perfect game for when you just have like a short break. Maybe you're on the bus or you're waiting to see how much your Tinder date catfished you, or you're just sitting in the bathroom on company time. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I personally really like in any game is when they give you a little extra something to do that's like totally different than the main game, like fishing minigames or snowboarding in Final Fantasy VII, for example. Now, 2 Dots has these scavenger hunts where it's kind of like Where's Waldo, and you have to like look through these really gorgeous screens and find certain items, all the while listening to some really nice, relaxing music. I mean, really, it's just like the perfect game for when you kind of just want to like turn most of your brain off, you know, and just have a nice moment to yourself. For October, the scavenger hunt is called Manor of Madness, aka the inside of my head most of the time. Now, they asked me to pick out a few objects for you all to find, so see if you can find the raven, the candy corn, the monocle, a toothbrush, and a party hat, okay? So, good luck to all of you there. But like I said, the game is free to download, so click my link down below in the description, download 2 Dots, and give it a try today. Okay, back to the show.
Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Sophie. A brave creature of exquisite beauty and uncommon grace.
Oh, wow, good thing she's beautiful, or else there's no other way I could have possibly cared about this character. Haha, just kidding, it was all a dream, and Sophie is actually just your totally average normal girl who lives in an anthropology store, dreams of one day making her own dresses, and get this, has an evil stepmother. Not unlike James Corden's seminal masterpiece of cinema, the 400th remake of Cinderella.
Truly be what you can truly be, not you but me. Skippity bop bop I can chop it chick up.
And then there's Sophie's best and only friend, Agatha. Now, Agatha wants to be a witch because being a witch is cool, so like, why not? And also, she's a slightly gothy tomboy in a Netflix movie, so like, what other hobbies could she possibly have?
God, I hate this town.
Fortunately, they had each other. A friendship between 2 such different girls might have seemed unlikely, but theirs was a special bond.
They both thought that Kovu from The Lion King 2 was incredibly hot, and that shaped their disappointment in boys ever since. Now, these girls, being the main characters of a teen movie, they're social outcasts and bullied by all the other kids in town because they're approachably attractive and have slightly messy hair.
Like for literally the 100th time, no.
It wouldn't have to be a whole makeover. Or we could just do a cucumber eye mask. Maybe a pumice scrub for your pores.
Hey, ugly.
Hey, now that's uncalled for, okay? It's not her fault that her eyebrows don't even remotely match her hair color. Also, like, you're one to talk with that George Washington haircut going on. Okay, get out of here. Now, being the social outcast main characters that they are, would you believe in a crazy plot twist, they also really like reading books?
My favorite readers. We had a big delivery yesterday.
Any ghost stories?
Yes, a few interesting looking ones.
Any new fairy tales?
Nothing you haven't read 1,000 times before, Sophie.
Hey, also, apropos of nothing, but my friend wants to know if you have any more of that Tony the Tiger Mrs. Incredible fanfic you were writing?
Just look at the embossing. The School for Good and Evil.
Where is it?
No one knows. Another time, another world.
Wait a second, is this some kind of isekai anime? Is that what's going on here? Is one of these girls gonna be like reincarnated as a toilet brush or something? Now, after talking about this magic school nonsense for a while, Agatha doesn't really care either way about it, but Sophie over here is just like, she is dead set on going to that school.
Dear School for Good and Evil, as a future princess, I wish very much to attend your esteemed institution. Allow me to list the many attributes that I believe make me a uniquely qualified candidate.
Dear Magic School, I want to be a magic princess and have my own himbo boyfriend who can read my mind and knows exactly what I want when I want it. And can also financially support my dreams, but has endless free time to drop everything and come over to listen to me cry on a regular basis. And so in writing this letter and putting it in the wishing tree, you'll never guess what happens.
The red sky. It's happening.
She's like those girls on TikTok who watch like so many true crime documentaries that they actually legit want to get kidnapped.
We have to get out of here.
Aggie, this is what I wished for.
You what? No way! Stop it!
See, this is what I mean. This is what I'm talking about. Like, the smoke monster is literally dragging her through the forest, and then she's like, heck yeah, Buffalo Bill, take me to that pit in your basement with all the fingernails and stuff. Come on, let's do this. So long story short, they both get picked up by some zombie demon bird, as you do, and taken to the magical world of magic and stuff. But for some mysterious reason, Sophie gets dropped off at the evil kid school.
Great, the burn ate my shirt.
Oh, wow.
Can I touch your hair? Most witches don't have princess hair. I bet it smells like cake.
Okay, trust me, I've tried that line many a time myself. Okay, never works. And Agatha gets sent to the good girl school where everyone's all like happy and stuff. Ew, gross.
Oh, I must be in hell.
Oh no, pink and floral dresses? Every slightly gothy tomboy's worst nightmare. So, somehow it seems that our two main characters have swapped places. Because Sophie wants to be like a magical pretty princess in the good school, and Agatha didn't really want to go in the first place, but at the very least she wanted to hang out with all the other Paramore kids.
There must be a mistake. I
You're
clearly...
the reader. Every so often, a very lucky candidate from the outside is selected for admission to this hallowed institution. We call them readers, because they only get to read about the amazing adventures.
Wait. So these girls were sent to the Harry Potter magic school because they like books? Also, this movie pulls from the Descendants and Monster High playbook, where everyone at the school was a child of like a public domain fantasy character.
You probably read about my father, Captain Hook. His dad was king.
His father was King Arthur.
I'm Dot, daughter of Robert de Raynal.
The Sheriff of Nottingham.
Wow, it is such a clever idea. This movie's like the kind of fantasy story I would have thought up in like 5th grade, you know, where I'd plan out like an entire trilogy that was literally just every fantasy book and movie I'd ever experienced up to that point. Okay, so Larry Botter lives under a sink, and a wizard named Dingledropper gives him a magic bracelet that he has to take to Evil Mountain to stop Shrek. I'm such a genius. So finally it's time for freshman orientation, and you have the good kids on one side with their bright pastel dresses and all that, and then you have the weird goth kids on the other side looking all weird and gothy. So basically it's like the end of Mean Girls 2, where it's like the girls who wear black versus the girls who wear pink, but like that's just the entire movie.
Welcome, first-year students. I am Professor Dovey, Dean of the School for Good.
And I'm Lady Lasso, Dean of the School for Evil.
Wait, I'm sorry. That's actually the name of the schools? I thought it was like a metaphor or something. Like, you're not even gonna try and hide it? Like, at least in Harry Potter, you know, they gave them like cool names like Slytherin or whatever, but like, imagine Harry, 10 years old, okay, he goes to Hogwarts for the first time and the Sorting Hat's like, well, I could put you in the House of Wizard Eugenics. No, that's okay. What's this one? Oh, that's the house for theater kids who bring their ukuleles to school. So at orientation, there's this part where like all the good boys, TM, do like a stomp the yard kind of thing for some reason, and then the head hot dude shows up and swings in. He takes one look at Sophie over here with her disheveled hair and black dress, and he's all like, yeah. Okay, so with our two main characters allegedly being in the wrong schools, all the other girls treat them like garbage because girl friendships are fun.
Rena, tell the fairies to come get my bags. I'm moving. Try not to ruin anything.
Sweet dreams. Never.
Oh no, now you get this whole giant room to yourself and don't have to worry about holding in your farts all the time? What could be worse than that? Now, Sophie and Agatha have just about had it with this whole good and evil switcheroo nonsense, so they set out to find the headmaster and figure out what's going on. So they walk up some magic stairs and knock on the door, and then wham bam, bibbidi bow, there he is.
The girls heard a scratching in the blackness. They moved warily toward it.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. All of that, and it's a dumb pen?
Sophie, stop!
Don't touch!
You know, no students have ever made it into my tower. I knew you were special.
What? They literally just walked up some stairs and knocked on a door to get here. So this is the headmaster guy who brought these two to the school in the first place. And by that I mean he kidnapped them with his zombie demon bird. Anyway, so Sophie tells him that she's not supposed to be in the school of evil because she has blonde hair. And I mean, like, come on. When has a pretty blonde girl ever been mean to anyone?
But you put me in the wrong school. I'm supposed to be in good.
But I'll need you to prove it. What is the one thing that evil can never have, that good can never do without?
True love.
If one from School of Evil, one true love's kiss, it would change everything.
Wait, hold on just a second here. You're telling me in the entire history of this fantasy world, no dude has ever been into goth girls? Well, you and I frequent very different parts of the internet, my friend. So basically the main plot thread here is like, if Sophie can get someone to fall in love with her and do some kissing, then that means she can move into the good school, where everyone's just kissing all the time, I assume. Just cold sores everywhere. Which is kind of like my high school, you know, not that I would know, of course, because
Ugliness is freedom.
So, Sophie has to find true love's kiss, which of course, obviously, like this must be talking about Prince.
Giga Chad.
But wouldn't you know, this guy is maybe sort of kind of into Agatha, because, you know, she's just so unique and special.
Never had a princess cop an attitude like that before, though. Really is quite impressive.
Do they usually all smile and bat their eyes at you?
Yes, they do, which is incredibly boring, so thank you for not being boring.
My name is Agatha, by the way.
Much better. Because you're definitely not normal.
What kind of compliment is that? All the other girls are normal and boring, but not you though. You're definitely not normal. Really? How do you figure? Now, throughout this movie, okay, the former leader of the evil school, Rafal, aka totally not Voldemort TM, keeps showing up and saying how Sophie is the chosen one who's gonna save the evil school or something menacing like that.
You're doing wonderfully, Sophie. Stay away from Sophie, little witch.
And believe you me, okay, when an evil sorcerer shows up in a pillar of blood, like, you gotta at least hear him out, am I right? So because Sophie keeps going around telling everyone how she can't be one of the bad girls because she has nice hair, one day the headmistress lady for the evil school, aka Sexy Goth Miss Frizzle, takes her to a place called the Doom Room and cuts her hair off. And then she talks to that Rafal guy for a little bit.
And you are special, Sophie. But they all refuse to see it. You've been honest, kind, patient. Forget about their rules. Do what you want, when you want.
And so finally she embraces her inner emo whateverness, and like literally the next scene is this.
I hope I'm not late.
Oh? Is that so? This movie went from like Harry Potter fanfic to like goth girl Frozen. And then of course seeing her go full goth babe, the prince dude is like,
do you want to hang out?
I don't know. With who?
So they both go up to the headmaster of the school, and then the prince is like, yeah, so this is definitely true love, okay? Like, I wasn't sure at first, but then she put on some combat boots with a bunch of eyeliner, and that's why I knew she was the one. And so then they have to do this, like, trial thing to prove their love, while Agatha's in the shadows trying to help Sophie win and prove that she does indeed belong in the good school, which makes, like, no sense at all, because, like, throughout the movie, Agatha learns that the good school is just, like, a total sham, and it's really just, like, the school of nepotism and maintaining the status quo or whatever. But at the same time, she's trying to get Sophie into the good school. I mean, it's like two different movie storylines that somehow never overlap. Like, she never bothers to tell Sophie about how the good school isn't actually even all that good. Like, this never crossed your mind? Anyway, so because Agatha was secretly helping her the whole time, Sophie fails the love test, and then she's all like, harumph, and goes to talk to Rafal again.
She's been lying to you, Sophie. She means to drag you back to that miserable little village. Very soon, you'll emerge more beautiful and more powerful than ever. You'll not just be the fairest of them all. You'll be the strongest.
Let it go! Let it go! So the end of the movie is like Sophie going full evil witch, and then Captain Adam's apple over here takes one look at her and he's like, oh, that's a little too much goth for me. And so Sophie vows to take over the school, and then she tricks the good guys into attacking her first.
Draw!
Yes, Drew! It's a trick!
If evil attacks and good defends, then it would appear that good has become evil.
Which apparently means that now evil is good, and good always wins in fairy tales. So, thanks to some kind of crazy mental gymnastics Hideo Kojima plot twist, Sophie and the School of Evil kids are now like the protagonists of the world. This movie is something else, I tell you what. But like, okay, so preemptively trying to stop an evil blood witch who says she wants to take over the school is bad, but bullying and mentally traumatizing new kids is totally fine, no questions asked. Like, what exactly is the moral barometer of this world? Oh yeah, also it turns out the schoolmaster was actually Rafal the whole time, and this was all a secret test just for Sophie.
It means your tale has just begun, Sophie of Gambel.
Rafal.
This was all a test, Sophie. A test to find my true love.
Okay, but like, there's much easier ways to get yourself an emo goth girlfriend, my dude, all right? Like, just pretend like you're into crystals or something, okay? You don't have to go around fulfilling prophecies. And so, Sophie kisses Rafal to unlock the true evil love magic kiss power, TM. And now, somehow, Rafal has become all-powerful. But you see, this is exactly like I was just saying, okay? The movie's like copying wholesale from Harry Potter. I mean, this is exactly like that part in book number 6 when Harry and Voldemort make out for like 3 pages. Or wait, what the heck kind of book did I download? However, in the end, Sophie realizes that this isn't quite what she wanted, and then Agatha shows up at the last second, and using the power of friendship, they defeat the power of evil. But like, that's actually literally what happens.
Do you know why good always wins? Because we fight for each other and we care for each other. That is what good love is.
And also, turns out the whole true love thing that Sophie was looking for was actually the love between her and Agatha, because they're just like sisters.
I love you, Aggie. You'll always be my best friend. I love you too.
Let it go! Let it go! And that's pretty much the end of the movie. Now, like I said back at the beginning of the video, this movie is gorgeous, visually speaking, like absolutely stunning. But besides that, there's really not much going on here. And you can tell that Charlize Theron knew exactly what movie this was gonna be, because like, she's just hamming it up to 11 in every scene she's in. This movie's like 2.5 hours long, and yet every scene feels incredibly rushed. Like, there's no time at all to think about what happened or why. Much like everything on Netflix, I feel like there's a good movie in here somewhere. It just needed to be streamlined and a few more edit passes, you know what I mean? And it could have actually been something really interesting. But as it is now, it's just like a really expensive fanfic of like every fantasy book you've ever read. Although I will say there is this one part near the end where Rafal's like monologuing his entire master plan or whatever, you know, because he's the bad guy and that's what they do. And he says something about how for hundreds of years he's been writing these fairy tales that we have today to give everyone like a messed up sense of good and evil, so they'll end up serving his purpose or whatever. And this is just like a little throwaway line kind of, but like I think it would have been cool if this had just been like the entire movie. Like, this idea is really interesting and kind of different, but he says it and then he's just like, yeah, okay, but whatever, moving on. Like I said, I think there's a really good movie in here if they had just cut out a bunch of stuff and just kind of focused on the really important parts. Is this a child destined to save the world story? Is this a sisterhood friendship story? Is this a teen romance story? Is this a teen girl has to find herself story? Because like right now, this movie's kind of trying to be all of these at the same time. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to ring that bell, leave a like, leave a comment, all that stuff. Send me an email at alexmyerscontact@gmail.com and let me know what TV shows and movies you want me to check out next. Check out the sponsor, and of course, above all else, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.